Well, after one season in League One, we are now back in the Championship. But now, this is the big twist. Let's see if we can build a good enough squad where hopefully we might be able to push for promotion to the Premier League. Hello, welcome to Club 2 Part 13 of the Globe Explorer. Coming up in today's episode, we do have our transfer special where hopefully we do try and build a squad good enough for promotion to the Premier League. If not, just avoid relegation, get like a mid-table finish. That would be absolutely lovely. Because in the last episode, we got the title and won the EFL trophy. And we won the title against McDonald's. So the other three games that we played were a 0-0 against Huddersfield, a 1-1 draw against Plymouth. Though two decent results against two very difficult teams. Huddersfield finished sixth, Plymouth finished third. Where I think if they had beaten us, they might have had a chance for promotion. I don't think they did. They absolutely smashed Rotherham 6-1. So we did finish top of the table, 10 points clear. So let's take a look at our end of season review. So as you can see, we did win. I think that means we won the title. We did win the title, League One title. Did win the AFL trophy, and also we did quite well in the Carabao Cup this year. I think we got to the quarterfinals. Yeah, quarterfinals. Lost some penalties to Aston Villa, so you never know. Could go one better, go to the semi-final, and then the FA Cup got knocked out in the third round against Tottenham. I think the board were pretty much delighted. Overall performance, it's been pretty positive. A B, surely it's got to be an A. I mean, to be fair, we should have been getting out of League One first time of asking. There's no reason why we wouldn't. But the only negatives are disappointed about the 2-1 defeat against Chesterfield. Disappointed with the finances involved in the deal to loan out Robert Jonas. I mean, how's he been doing at Dundee? Because I don't think I mentioned that. He did go out on loan. 10 appearances, 3 goals, 1 assist. It's not too bad. I think he's probably a potential player that will be on his way out. Let's see what the board want us to do next season. Obviously, it's normal stuff, work within the wage budget. Sign players under the age of 23. That's something we haven't really done that much of while we've been here. We've signed a lot of older players, maximum 1-2-year contracts to the older men of the squad. Look at the 5-year plan. Work towards repairing the club's what financial? Is there financial damage? I don't think there is. Then moving on to the next couple of seasons, Sky Bet Championship, top half finish. I think realistically, we've got to stay up this year, then maybe next year, maybe look towards the Premier League. Obviously, if this season goes well, we might jump ship. My contract isn't expiring at the end of this season. I did sign a new contract quite recently. In March, I signed a new contract. Didn't tell you about it because I completely forgot. So I signed a new 2-year contract. Wage rise as well. So now 3.6k. I think it was a additional 1,000 since my last contract. So I think I was on 2.5k and now I'm on 3.6. So that's all good. So top half finish. Let's speak to the lads. So we are going to go with a top half finish. I think that's definitely doable. I don't really want to say relegation battle because I think we're definitely good enough. Yeah, so top half finish, that is absolutely spectacular. I'm not going to talk to them about anything else. The league is far more important than any other cup runs. I do want to know, when does the league actually start? Because obviously League One started in July. I'm going to presume, I don't know when the championship, but I hope it's like August. So that gives us a little bit more time in terms of rebuilding the squad. Because spoiler alert, I don't think many of the players are actually that good. That's the player database. That's not the squad. So there's a lot of players. There's a few players out of contract, such as the likes of Rhea Brewster. Probably won't bother renewing his contract. 34 years old. Is he actually 34? I thought he was older. Was he only born in 2000? I thought he was born in like at least the 1990s. Ivan Pandor also out of contract. Brian Brennan, don't know who the hell he is. He's in our first team squad. Spent the first half of the season on loan at Crawley and come back into the team. Didn't know. Hardly noticed he was there. So he's out of contract. And obviously Lecky Drake also out of contract. Will be going back to his parent club alongside I don't know why Veron, Nicolaitis, Peder, Dawson Hamilton say their contracts end not this season. That seems a bit weird, but they'll definitely be going back to their parent clubs. I wouldn't mind trying to keep Sal Peder. I don't know when his contract actually ends at Chelsea. 3 years time, 2037. That's why it says it on there. And Lucky Drake, so I presume his contract ends 2034. So I doubt he's not going to be one player that sticks around with us. There'll probably be a few other players that we could potentially look to transfer. This, I think, probably Kamara being one of them. I don't know who's actually our best player at the club. Soriano, Casanova. I think any of these players probably could do with moving on if they don't have a little bit of potential to fulfill. I think they probably do end up moving on, but we'll make that decision when it comes to it. So I think we'll probably just come back first day of the transfer window, where hopefully we may have signed at least a player or two and definitely made some form of decision about who's staying at the club and who's leaving the club. It is the opening day of a brand new transfer window. We haven't signed anyone just yet. We haven't actually made any bids for anyone because I haven't figured out who's going to be still here with us. But let's take a look and see who we've been rumoured with. Maybe that could give us a hint on who we could potentially sign. I've already found out the players who we've been rumoured with. We've been rumoured with 3 players. Gary Curry being one of the players. A winger can also play up front. We've sort of already scouted him, only signed him as a last resort. We'll give him another scout. He doesn't look great, to be honest, but I don't think we bother bringing him in. Next player we've been rumoured with, Jonathan O'Reilly, again, similar to the other guy. We'll scout him a little bit more, but yeah, he doesn't look great, considering we're looking for the championship. This guy looks quite good. Caden Amaniampong, I presume I butchered that last name, from Stuttgart. I mean, he doesn't look great, does he? He's not even in the first Stuttgart team, he's in the second team, so again, not that great. Where's he even come from? Stuttgart, all of his career, well, most of his career, not really made any. He's made sporadic appearances in the first team, but not anything major. He's 30 years old. I thought he was a youngster. That's a shame, but I don't think probably won't get any of those players in. But we do have one player leaving us today, and that is he is joining Birmingham, or he has joined Birmingham for 775k, which is a decent profit considering we bought him on a free transfer. He played for us 7 times, 16 times off the bench, so I think we might as well just sell him because I don't think he was going to get any game time in the championship, especially when Birmingham still in League One. By the way, Exeter got promoted to the championship. Those of you who want Exeter to get promoted to the championship in real life, you have to wait in 2034. So not a long time, but reasonably a long time. Birmingham. Burnley have made a 11 million. Oh good god! Oh good god! Have they accepted it? Oh, you got to be joking! Mark Miles. Oh, you silly boy! He's accepted the offer. There's nothing. I'm going to protest about it. But then looking at that, he doesn't really have much potential. I mean, we could do a lot with. We don't get all of that money. It is obviously. We're working on a 30% transfer revenue, so we get about 3 million from that. QPR have also made, oh my god. Young's agent hasn't indicated, but he's happy. I think we'll reject Paul Young. I don't really want to lose Abbott as well. I think Abbott, he might not even go to Burnley, to be fair. I don't know what league Burnley are. Championship, I don't know who got one. They lost in the playoff final. That won't be a bad move for Abbott, but I kind of want to keep him. I want to keep Young, but this is who's leaving us at the moment. Obviously, Soriano has just joined Birmingham. Yakuba Barry is leaving us to join Gent. That's it. That's all the people that are leaving us. Yakuba Barry joining them for 2.8 minutes, so that's not too bad considering another player we signed on a free transfer. But let's take a look at the squad, see what we're working with. There is numerous players who we have listed, Spencer Fowler being one of them. Most of the players listed are the rubbish players, such as Casanova. Brewster is retiring at the end of the season, so I wouldn't mind trying to get rid of Casanova. He's been listed because I just don't think he's that good. I don't think anyone's quite interested in him just yet. Not yet, but maybe a loan deal might be beneficial for him. Robert Jonas is another player that we have transferred. There's someone wanted him. Dundee on loan. I don't really want to send him out on loan again. Preferably try and get him gone. His contract ends in 2 years' time. As long as Spencer Fowler. Those are two players I want to get rid of. Obviously, Ivan Panto is going at the end of the season. Dylan Enel is another player who I do want to get rid of. Ideally, not alone, but he does have championship potential, but it's not a lot of potential. So I think we probably do look to move him on. There's no interest in it just yet, but it is still early doors. Kamara is probably a player that I'm willing to keep hold of just a little bit longer. If we can find two decent left wingers or a decent left winger and a backup left winger, I think Kamara might be able to. Kamara might potentially stay. He is championship quality. Again, I don't know if he stays. I think he's on the edge of the chopping block. Gilchrist probably stays, and I think the rest of them. I think anyone above you, Cooper Barry, or below him in terms of current ability, I think probably is on the chopping block. But maybe apart from Deshani Silva, because I still think he can be a good player. Still got potentially Premier League potential, which that's probably a bit hit and miss. But I think Dale Kelly probably could also. I think he could also go. He's our captain. I don't really want to sell him, but if we keep him as a backup, I guess that's fine. There's still a lot of movement. I think most of the players leaving us could just potentially be loan players. So I think we'll probably come back, probably beginning of July, give it a few weeks for the transfer window just to really kick in. Hopefully by then there might be a little bit more movement and hopefully a few new additions. Well, it's the beginning of July. We have signed one player, just one player at the moment. That's all we need to do. We're not bringing in anyone else, but jokes aside, we will bring in a lot more players between now and the beginning of hopefully the first game of the new season. We have actually also sold a lot of players. Allow me to sadly announce who has left the club. There's not many people that have left the club. Obviously, Yakubu Barry joined Jed. Most of the people that have left the club have left on free transfers, so the likes of they're mainly youngsters, mainly people that never got into the first team. The likes of Brian Brandon never got into the first team and never planned on bringing him into the first team. So we've also loaned out a few. We will be loaning out some players here and there, but the one player we have signed, and that is Job Bellingham. He is an English central midfielder, can also play as a defensive mid, but primarily he's going to be playing as a centre midfielder. 3.5 stars of current ability, good championship player, not really going to improve a lot, but he's a good player. And he comes in on a free transfer from Sunderland, where he's got bags of Premier League experience. That's exactly what he needs in the championship. So I don't know how we've got him on a free transfer. I mean, look at his value. We're paying him 40k a week. I mean, this is the budgets we've got left over after that transfer. 2 million left in the transfer kitty, 270k left in the wage budget. This is the squad we are working with at the moment. So, Ivan Panda, we have given him a new contract on the basis that he has agreed to be a backup at a slightly lower wage of 13k a week. Still got Gilchrist, he's still knocking around the club. Abbott, we have triggered his extension, so he's got another year on his contract to expire in 2036. Still wanted by a whole host of clubs. Slight concern. Okay, we might have upset him. He might be on his way out, depending on if any offers. But at the moment, they're still at the club, so definitely in need of a few centre backs, depending on Abbott stays or not. Right backs, Dante Casanova, we have accepted a bid from Birmingham. He's rejected multiple bids from Plymouth and Oxford, I think. So hopefully he goes there. We'll need a couple right backs. Silva still at the club. His potential ability has actually gone up to 4 stars. So that Premier League potential might still be a thing. So I think probably just a young left back that can probably provide decent cover and step up as and when we need to. A bit like Soriano. I wish we never sold him now, but it's too late for that. So, but Silva looks like a great player. He is wanted by a whole host of clubs on loan. He's not going out on loan. Can we do that? Loan status unavailable for loan. So hopefully that shoos them away a bit. And then defensive mids, we still have who do we have? Who is our defensive mids? We've got Daniel Kelly. Obviously, I don't think he's good enough to start the games. So, but I don't think he's good enough for the championship. So definitely getting another defensive mid. But centre mids, we are overloaded. We've got still got obviously Spencer Bowden is still out of the club. I'm trying to get rid of him. He's got decent potential, but I can't just want to loan him out. But no one's taking him at the moment, so we'll take our time with defensive mid. But we are overloaded in central midfielders. We've got Jake Richards, Ocean Evans is still at the club. We've got Chris Rigg, Callus Mera, Joe Bellingham, and Isaac Price. So we've got 5 central midfielders. Mera is wanted, so that he could be a potential option that we could move on and potentially get a bit of money in for him. Jake Richards another option that could possibly go, but we are offering. Do we just? I think we might withdraw the contract offer, and he could potentially. I think he'll be the one on the. You know what? We're withdrawing the contract offer. I think we will transfer this Jake Richards. So I don't think realistically, out of all the central midfielders, I think he is probably at the bottom of the pecking order in terms of star rating. Where is he? Yeah, 6th best centre mid in terms of midfield playmaker. I mean, Jordan Beggs is above him, and that is really saying something when he is the striker. So Jake Richards probably on his way out. Right wingers still at the club. We've still got Paul Young. He is wanted by QPR. We did reject a bid for him, so hopefully he is staying. Robert Jonas is here for now, but we've accepted a bid from Oxford for 675k, so hopefully he goes out. Again, a player with decent potential, but I think I'd rather him get him game time at another club than he can do well somewhere else. And left wingers through, obviously, we've still got Kamara still knocking around the club. He hasn't gone just yet because he does have decent championship potential, but we will definitely look at to get in a first choice left winger. Then striker Jordan Beggs. I don't think we need much else up front. Obviously, apart from a decent backup, I think Jordan Beggs is perfectly capable of playing championship football. I mean, I don't know where this 3.5 stars current ability, 4-star potential came from, so I certainly didn't think it said that last season. I'm fairly sure it was like 2.5 stars and 3-star potential, but he looks like a very good player, and hopefully he'll have a great season. Just at the moment, looking at this small squad, it looks very, very good. We need a few new additions pretty much every area, apart from midfield. We'll leave the midfield as it is. Rest of the squad needs a little bit of more improvement, particularly in the goalkeeper defensive areas. The attacking areas I'm not too fussed about. We'll sort of take our time with them. But I think priority number 1 is trying to get in a new goalkeeper. I haven't really seen who's on the cards. We have actually also made an offer for a free transfer. That is Warren and Garner. He does look quite good. He is 5'11". That's the only slight downside, but primarily looks like an absolute spectacular player. I don't know if we're the only club in for him. We are at the moment. That's a good sign. Some of these players might be also decent. Yeah, this guy looks quite decent as well. We'll offer him a try, see how good he is compared to the rest of the squad, but he does look quite good. We might take a stab in the dark with him. Obviously, we've got Paul Young on that side. We don't really need another right winger on top of Paul Young, but let's look at goalkeepers. I mean, we've got a little bit of money, but at the moment, none of those. Some of it, we have actually made another bid for South Penn. I just remembered. I don't know if Chelsea are going to accept that or not. So we might leave goalkeeper for a little while longer, and we'll probably in the near future we'll get our director of football to work. He can make some a few suggestions here and there, see if any of them are good enough. That is. So I think probably what we'll do is season starts 12th of August, which is very, very good. So we've got plenty of time. So I think probably what I'll do is probably go through to probably middle of July. Hopefully, I would say hopefully by then we've hopefully trimmed out the squad a little bit more, i.e. get rid of the rubbish players, and hopefully by then may have at least signed a world-class goalkeeper. We do have 3 weeks remaining before we do start our new season in the Championship, and I think in terms of squad planning for next season, it's going very, very well. We've signed a lot of players, we've sold a lot of players as well. So players that have continued to leave the club. Obviously, where did we get to last? We got to just Yakuba Barry joined Gent. Since then, Dante Casanova has joined Birmingham for 325k. Numerous loan players. Players have gone out on loans, mainly youngsters that you've never heard of or never have been in the first team. Robert Jonas has joined Oxford for 675k. Jake Richards has joined Bristol City for 3.1 million. Again, I would hope they'd get a little bit more, but it's not a loss, it's not a profit, so it's sort of in the middle, so it's a decent sale. I mean, he wasn't really going to get anywhere near the starting 11 this season. Then Zach Abbott, completely out of my control, has joined QPR for £10.25 million. Considering they signed him on a free transfer, that is a decent bit of business, that, and his value looks very good as well. Then I think there was a couple more people have left the club. Dylan Enel has joined AC Monza for 120k. He wasn't really going to get anywhere near the starting 11, so sell him. It's a little bit of a loss, but who cares? He's absolutely useless. Spencer Fowden has joined Plymouth Argyle for 190k, and that's it for the outgoings. I don't think we've got anyone else potentially leaving us. We don't. Then the players who have come in, obviously we first signed Joe Bellingham. Then since then we signed Phil Cinsano, Super Cinsano a goal. He's a Finland goalkeeper from Finland. He's not finished yet. He's only 32 years old. 3.5 stars of current ability. Decent Championship goalkeeper. He comes in on a £2.1 million move. That's probably the most the club has spent on him throughout his whole career. He's coming from Nottingham Forest. Had a decent spell with Nottingham Forest. It was only there for 1 season. That convinced me to spend £2 million on him. That might have been a risky move, especially when he's only on a 1-year contract. Obviously, should he get promoted, we will obviously give him a new contract. And next up, we've got Warren Ngana, who is a Swedish centre-back, 25 years old, 3.5 stars of current ability. Leading Championship player. I reckon he can probably make the step up into the Premier League. He comes in on a free transfer previously of RB Leipzig, where he had numerous loan spells at Hammarby and Karlsruhe, whatever that club is. So looks like a decent player. They're only 5'11". That's what worries me, but decent physical stats and decent mental stats, and that is all very, very good. Then next up, we've got Curtis Allain, who's a English right back, 3 stars of current ability, 4-star potential, good Championship player, potentially Premier League. He comes in on a £3.2 million move from Arsenal, where he made 6 appearances for them and had loan spells at Middlesbrough, Portsmouth and QPR, so he looks like a very good player. Decent physical stats again, decent acceleration, strong, very strong. It's primarily for his right foot, but can use his left foot, which is very, very good. 5'5", so he's quite a little player, but I like my fullbacks quite little. David Kinsella is just a player my director of football brought in. He's probably not going to get anywhere near the first team. Then next up, last but not least, is Sibity Lawson. That's a great first name, Sibity Lawson. He's a 25-year-old English right winger, can play out on the left, but primarily we brought him in to be a right winger. 3 stars of current ability, 4-star potential, decent championship player, potentially Premier League. He comes in on a free transfer from Rangers. So that's all the players we have brought in at the moment. So this is what the squad is currently looking like. So goalkeepers, we have got Ivan Pandora and Bill Cinsano. Obviously, Cinsano will be our number 1 goalkeeper this year. And right backs, so we've just got Curtis Allain at the moment. I'm still not sure what we do with the backups. I think probably just a cheap free transfer, possibly with decent ability, decent potential. Then obviously left backs, we've just got Dejani Silva, so definitely on the lookout for another left back. Then centre backs, it's just Ngana and Gilchrist. So defensively, we're in a nightmare position with 3 weeks left to go. So it's mainly the defensive areas that need strengthening. The midfield, completely fine. Obviously, Daniel Kelly has only the defensive mid. Central mids, we are absolutely stocked up in that. That's probably our best roles at the moment. And obviously, right wingers, we've got Paul Young and Sibity Lawson. Left wingers, and we've just got Kamara at the moment. We are due to bring in another left winger. He's taken quite a while to come in, but if he does come in, he looks like a quite a decent little player. 3.5 stars of current ability at the moment. Not really going to improve much, but we don't really need that. He just needs to be a useful option where he'll either be a backup or a starting choice. If he's a backup, he probably won't be a backup. I think he'll very much be a first choice, but we'll make our decision should he come in. But hopefully he does, and that'd be like the left wing sorted. Then obviously our only striker still at the club, Jordan Beggs. He looks absolutely superb. He has been bagging in the goals in pre-season, albeit only had a hat-trick against Hertha Berlin. So if he can do that in the championship, that should be very, very good. So if we take a look at the positions one more time, so goalkeeper's done. So I think realistically it's just the defence and a striker, and obviously a defensive mid. There will be a first choice defensive mid. So yeah, it's like six players we need before the start of the season. I think it's doable. It's going to be tight, but obviously it will take a time with backups. Any first choice, I think primarily, realistically, we need to get in the first choice defensive mid first. That's got to be priority. Then backups can come last, and those can be quite last minute, I think. So hopefully by the time we get around to our first game of the season, which is against Charlton, so not an easy game, but not a difficult game. So hopefully by then, should have assembled a decent 23-man squad capable of winning promotion to the Premier League. Well, we have made it to the start of the brand new championship season, and I can confirm I've pretty much done, I think, all my transfer business. I think we're lacking a centre back, but I think that can wait until the next episode. I don't think we need to rush to get in a 4th centre back before. As long as we get one in by the end of the transfer window, I think that is really good. We'll just do a brief recap on what transfers we've done in today's episode. Obviously, a lot of players have left the club, just the likes of Spencer Valden, Dylan Ennell, Zach Abbott, Jake Richards, Robert Jonas also leaving the club alongside Casanova, Barry, and alongside plenty of other loans. So we've actually sold £17.5 million worth of players, bought in £6.5 million, mainly free transfers. Some people I bought, obviously, we bought in the likes of Joe Bellingham. That's absolutely quality. Obviously, he's not as good as his brother, but still a very good player. Then obviously we brought in the likes of Phil Cinsano. That's like an absolute top quality goalkeeper. I'm really pleased we've got him. So I think goalkeeper wise, I think we're very good this year. Warren and Garner looks like an absolute steal. I'm not sure how we've got him. I mean, look at his value. Didn't notice his value, but he looks very, very, very good. And obviously, we did pay. I don't know if 3.2 million is the highest we pay for a player, but at the moment it is. But he looks like a decent player, and hopefully he can fulfill that Premier League potential. They're moving on to the players we haven't met yet. First up being Mauricio Van Axel Dongen. We'll just call him Axel Dongen for short because we don't need to bother with his first name. He's a Dutch left winger, 29 years old, 3.5 stars of current ability, leading championship player. Unlikely to improve, but I reckon he probably could be a decent backup in the Premier League. He's both footers, which is very good. He comes in on a free transfer from Helmond Sport. Previously had spells at the Graafschap and Ajax, where he spent most of his career, but now he's moved over to England for a better life and better football, because the football in Netherlands ain't that great. So hopefully he can try and help us get to the Premier League. Then next up we've got Papa Bar, or Papa Bear. Papa Bar. He's a Senegalese centre-back, 19 years old, 3.5 stars of current ability, 5-star potential, decent, very good centre-back, by the way. Leading championship player, potentially Premier League. He comes in on a season-long loan from Benfica, mainly because we can't really afford his transfer value. He just looks so good. Do we have we don't have a potential future buy-on fee, so if we like the look of it, we'd have to pay his value. There's no doubt about that. But if we get to the Premier League, we should get that sort of money. But it's absolutely quality for a 19-year-old, 6'1". He's got some amazing stats. He will be one hell of a player when he gets older. And then next up, we've got Kane Ramsey. He's got a very good smile, by the way. 33 years old, right back, 2.5 stars of current ability, good championship player. He comes in on a free transfer, formerly of Norwich, Crystal Palace, Everton. Started his career at Chelsea, then moved on to Southampton, where he's got bags of Premier League experience. Just primarily brought him in as a backup to Alain, so that he looks like a very good addition to have. And next up, we've got Ivan McNeil. He's a English striker, 2.5 stars of current ability, 4-star potential. Decent League One player, potentially Premier League. He comes in on a season-long loan from Fulham, so they had a loan spell at Stockport in League One last season, where he only got 3 goals for 1 assist. Had a quiet season. I would have said the same about Beggs, but he had an absolute terrific second half and absolutely went on a mad one. But hopefully McNeil can try and get a few goals here and there, but obviously primarily just a backup to Bexy. Let's try and get back to the transfer history. That would be lovely. Then next up, we've got Demetrius Constantinou. He's a Cypriot left back, 2 stars of current ability, 4 stars of potential. Good League 2 player, potentially Premier League. Again, that Premier League potential may be a bit hit and miss, but I think he'll be fine as a backup. That's all he is going to become. He's comes in on a free transfer from Chelsea. Had a loan spell a few seasons ago at Paik, wherever that is, Cyprus. I mean, yeah, fairly obviously. He's actually come through the Chelsea youth system, so I presume his parents moved over to England when he was a young lad, so that's what I'm going to lean towards. I always come out of transfer history for some reason. Then last but not least, we've got Hugo Guillamon. He's a 34-year-old defensive midfielder, 3 stars of current ability, good championship player. E&T comes in on a £350k move from Hardsplit in the Croatian leagues. Started off his career at Valencia. He's a man who's shown tremendous loyalty wherever he's been. He's only been at 2 clubs. This is his 3rd club. That's what I love about a player. Loyalty. I don't like those players that spend 1 season and move on. But yeah, very, very good player. So let's take a look at the season preview now that the transfer business pretty much has been done. So very predicted. We are predicted to finish mid-table, 13th, not too bad. Exeter's predicted to finish bottom. I'm not surprised. Grimsby, I don't think we have any chance of finishing bottom this year or 23rd this year. So that is very good. So Grimsby and Exeter, I like them both, but yeah, they're going to struggle, especially Exeter. If Exeter avoid relegation, absolutely fantastic. They'll be having a party at the end of the season. But mid-table, that is absolutely fine. If we can maybe push for the playoffs if things go really really well. I mean, this projected lineup, this lineup might potentially be spot on. Sinsano in goal, back four Silver, Bar. It's not spot on. Begsy's not a centre back; he's a striker. So that's clearly. I know he can play centre back, but he's not going to be playing centre back. He's far too out of his depth. Gilchrist a right back, possibly not. Mera, yes, probably, maybe. Regan Price, possibly. Axel Doggin, yep, absolutely fine. Young out the right, Kamara out for him. It's probably about 75% correct, but I'm feeling very positive going into this season, especially with this squad. It's absolutely loaded with great ability players, and there's some decent potential ability players, such as like some Constantine Young, McNeil, Zebedee Lawson, absolutely spectacular names, Zebedee. I love this squad. I think we can get promoted. It might take a lot of commitment and encouraging the players saying that they can do it, but I think we can get. I think we can make a decent shout for the playoffs. Definitely top out. We're not going to get him down. That's all I'm saying. We are not going down this season. So I will see you all in the next episode where we'll be playing our first games in the championship, and we'll be coming up against Charlton and Nottingham Forest. If you have enjoyed today's video, please give a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel for more Daily Football Manager videos, and thank you very much for watching.